Well, welcome to August. As we move through this month, we're actually going to be wrapping up 1 Corinthians. We're not going to go into chapter 16, so we're going to end with chapter 15. I want to take you to the passage for this month. It says this: "Listen, I tell you a mystery. We will not all sleep." In other words, when he's talking about sleeping here, he's not talking about sleeping, he's talking about dying. He says, "We will not all die, but we will all be changed in a flash, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trumpet. For the trumpet will sound, the dead will be raised imperishable, and we will be changed. For the perishable must clothe itself with the imperishable, and the mortal with immortality. When the perishable has been clothed with the imperishable, and the mortal with immortality, then the saying that is written will come true: Death has been swallowed up in victory. Where, O death, is your victory? Where, O death, is your sting? The sting of death is sin, and the power of sin is the law. But thanks be to God, He gives us the victory through our Lord Jesus Christ." And so in this moment, He's calling them. He's been walking them through and challenging them throughout the book with, okay, how do we follow better? How do we lean into who it is that God's called us to be and what God's made possible in our life? And then as He comes to the end of it, He says, I want for you to keep this perspective, this understanding that this is not all there is. That we're not just mortal beings that one day are going to be gone, but that, and he says, listen, not all of us are even going to die, that when Christ returns, that we're going to be changed, that we will move from this perishable life to immortality, that we will be changed to something that is imperishable. And he calls them to lean into that. And here's why this is so significant. If you live your life like this is all there is, it will be very difficult, if not impossible, for you to be able to truly follow well. But if you understand, this is just a moment. This is just a moment of my story. And there's a purpose for this moment. It changes our entire perspective. It changes the way that we think about every moment. And so he's calling them to change the way that they think about their life. That life is not just this temporary thing here on earth, but no, there's far more to it. And as we move through this month, I want to challenge you just to sit with that passage and to remind yourself over and over and over again, this is not all there is. This is just a moment in what will be an eternal story. And so I don't have to try to clamor for all the things that the world clamors for, to see all the different things, and to go all the different. No, I have a purpose for this time period. There's going to be a time for that. And to realize that I want to make sure I make the most of this moment, to be able to share that story for all the other moments to come. As we move through this month, may your perspective shift. And as a result, may we follow better.